So you've had one of those really long days on your feet. You've run the marathon, you've walked 36 holes, or you've just been at your job for an extended shift, and your dogs are barking. You're kind of wondering, is there any way to revitalize your feet? Well, we might have the answer in this blue box. We'll explore it together straight ahead. Hello friends, Bill here. Welcome into Bill's Reviews and Tech Tips. We are glad to have you with us and hope you'll subscribe. Today we're going to unbox and explore together the shiatsu foot massager, and perhaps at the very outset you share a little bit of initial skepticism like I did when I first saw the box, thinking to myself, is there really any way that a consumer grade foot massager can do the trick? Can it revitalize and bring back some health and just some good feeling in my feet? Well, we're going to discover that together as we pull this thing open and take a look at what really is a fairly sizable and impressive contraption. It has to be big enough because both of your feet are going to go in it, right? So let me just clumsily throw the box around here as we take a look at what this foot massager looks like up close. And we will plug it in here in just a couple of moments. I think as I push the box aside, I also push the power supply down there. So we'll make sense out of all that in the moments ahead. But first and foremost, I think probably the most important aspects to explore before we even plug the thing in is what it consists of, what it looks like, what it feels like. So this is a very sturdy design, probably weighing in around 5 pounds. And as you would expect, there are two compartments or two sleeves where your feet will slide in. Now, some of you have tiny feet, some of you have giant feet. I want you to know that you will have room to put your foot all the way. I mean, I'm literally able to feel up here at the very front of the foot massager. And so as you put your feet in here, you are sliding them into removable and washable pockets. Right, so they're neoprene, very smooth, very light, a nice cushion around the edges here. And the real special, I guess, versatility of this foot massager takes place with the various menu settings up here. Let me remove the protective film here, and we'll take you on a little guided tour. So we have, of course, the power button here. That's self-explanatory. But then as we go from left to right across the front of the display, we see, first of all, we have a timer that gives you two options. The first one is for a 15-minute treatment. The second one is for a 30. And in all of the directions, they do encourage you to not stay in it for longer than 30 minutes. So those are the two options. The next one is called Knead Intensity, K-N-E-A-D. In other words, how intense do you want the internal massager to go to work? Low, medium, or high? And I think that's going to end up being a personal preference really for everybody. Then as we come over to this side, there's an adjustment called air intensity. Now, what that means basically is that if you have a smaller foot, you need more air intensity so that this sleeve will have a little bit more grip around your foot. In other words, if you're a size 5 and this is set by default at, kind of a size 9 foot, you could very easily put your feet in here and not feel a thing. You're like, where's the massage taking place? That's because you would need to increase the intensity so that the enveloping aspect of this comes tighter around your foot. Okay, that's kind of what that is all about. And then on this very last choice, you can actually turn on a heater. And if you're looking for a kind of a heated foot massage, that's what that setting offers. So we can talk about all that, but I think we'll do better if I just take a moment and show you how it all works. The entire device, from an operational standpoint, it's really kind of simple. You're going to take the power supply, plug it right in here, and you're ready to go. Let's take an up-close look at this shiatsu foot massager. So the view you get as we move into the demonstration portion is the view you would have if you were sitting in a chair getting ready to use this at the end of that long day. Don't mind the plaid pajama pants. This is not my normal apparel, but it's the end of a long day. So here we go. We're going to put our feet in both of the slots, and the operation of this really could not be any easier. We're going to power the device on. Once we do that, we've got a couple of settings to adjust. The first one would be how long do I want to have this treatment. The red light over here shows 15 minutes. If I touch it again, it turns blue. You probably are not able to see that on camera, but blue is 30 minutes. We'll take it back to 15. The kneading intensity. This is hard to demonstrate, but right now it's a very gentle touch on my feet. I'm going to kick that up to medium so that I can feel it a little bit more. And it truly does instantly make a difference in what's happening on the bottom of my feet. Actually, the bottom and sides of my feet. Over here, that air intensity is basically designed to tighten the sleeve around my foot. I'm going to go to medium so that it has a little more firm grip on what we're doing. And then I don't necessarily want the heater on here, but here is the heat adjustment. And that's kind of it. Now you grab your favorite book, turn on your movie, whatever it is, and you just let this device do its work.